Boycott. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. As you know, this channel is about narcissism and psychopathy. I tell you how I, HG Tudor, a narcissistic psychopath, see the world. I tell you about the way that my mind works, the way that I manipulate. I also explain to you the way that I interact with my victims. I provide you with a wealth of material about other narcissists and the way that they function, providing you with a detailed classification system covering the narcissist from lower lesser all the way through to the ultra. This work is invaluable. I have helped thousands of people in consultation and millions of people around the world through video and blog article to help them understand what they're dealing with, to help them make sense of what did not make sense, to help them reduce their emotional thinking, to help them achieve freedom, to help them move forward from the abuse that they have experienced. I'm not a therapist. I simply tell you as it is from our perspective. The comments, the emails, the testimonials all demonstrate the efficacy of my work. As part of this education, and I do so often in an entertaining way so it sticks in people's minds all the more, I undertake analyses of famous and infamous people by virtue of the Tudor scope. In some instances, I'll provide you with a short version, where, taking a relevant article in the news, I dissect it to explain these are the behaviours of the narcissist. In other instances, there's a deep dive into the behaviours of a particular individual as I scrutinise their childhood, their relationships, their work, their controversial moments, what they do with regard to charitable and philanthropic work, in order to make an assessment of what they are. You can dive into an extensive repertoire of those assessments covering people such as Taylor Swift, Amber Heard, Vladimir Putin, Boris Johnson, Chris Watts, Jada Pinkett Smith, Johnny Depp, Will Smith, Sinead O'Connor, Shane Dawson, and many other people besides. You want to understand what those people are, then you can access my work. And of course, as part of that extensive work, I've analysed a certain individual as I called what she was well ahead of everybody else many years ago. And given the fact that she generates so much material and that she is somebody that many people observe and take an interest in with regard to understanding more about why she behaves as she does, I've created many analyses of her behaviour. But this weekend, it has been decided by others that there should be an appropriate boycott of that individual, which means not clicking on any stories that might be generated in relation to that person, not watching videos in relation to this individual, not giving the clicks the attention, because after all, attention equals fuel, which is the lifeblood of the narcissist. Remove that, and there is a problem for the narcissist, particularly one which has become accustomed to the receipt of fuel from people around the world. For somebody that has achieved fame or infamy who is a narcissist, whilst they'll always be able to obtain fuel from their personal fuel matrices, the loss of the extended one, as they lose their fame or infamy, is problematic, because it bleeds into other aspects of the prime aims also. No longer being famous means that people aren't as interested in what they might be offering. Thus, the monetary aspect of their fame diminishes, which is a loss of a residual benefit. It can damage the facade that they might advance. It may mean that they no longer have access to certain networks or privileges that they once had as a consequence of the reduction of interest in them. And thus it has been decided elsewhere that in relation to that particular person, there will be a boycott over the course of this weekend, and I'm perfectly content to join in with that boycott also. Thus, there will be no videos about this particular person, and instead, I invite you to watch something alternative. There's a wealth of material that I have generated, a fantastic collection of videos about all the different aspects of narcissism, and plenty of celebrities and famous people, politicians, sports people, actors, entertainers, etc., that you can get your teeth into. And I would invite you, as a form of thanks to your glorious narrator for the wealth of material that you enjoy, that you go and look at some of the other work in order to ensure that the algorithm is serviced as a consequence of keeping this channel prominent. Please do so, and you have my thanks in advance. Today is Trooping the Colour, and we know, and there will be further material about this presently, that a certain someone else, a much more pleasant person, an empathic person, is making her return, which is jolly good news all round. Naturally, that is going to have an impact both on she who is not going to be named or clicked upon, and, of course, on those clowns that have spent the last few months engaging in the awful trolling of the Princess of Wales. They will hang their heads in shame, or ought to, as a consequence of their behaviours. As has already been seen, however, the deniers are already out, claiming that a certain picture that was published had been photoshopped. Well, I'm going to certainly enjoy their mealy-mouthed nonsense when the Princess of Wales is seen during the Trooping the Colour. What are they going to suggest? It's a double? That she is a hologram? Fuck off, you clowns. Today is the day of the boycott, so join me and all of the others in avoiding the material of a certain someone and access the material in relation to others. Open your horizons. Try something new in relation to my work by way of a demonstration of thanks for the wealth of material that your glorious narrator creates for you. Thus, the boycott begins. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.